Hello everyone, this is Saxon. Today let's talk about Hikvision Turbo HD analog solution. So the main parts about this training will be: first one, understand the basic theory and advantages of Turbo HD analog technology. And the second part is gonna get familiar with the Hikvision Turbo HD solutions. At last, we're gonna know about Hikvision Turbo HD products family. Let's get started with the first one, Turbo HD analog principle and key features. So as you can see on the slide, this is a very small analog system. So this is the analog cameras. They are going to transmit the data, the video, to the backend products, that is the DVR. And if you connect a monitor to the DVR, then you are able to see the videos on the monitor coming from the camera. This is the whole system, whole analog system. And regarding analog system, there are three big advantages that we have to talk about. The first one, it is very easy to use because it is plug and play. So plug and play means if you plug the camera into the DVR, then the camera is going to work normally. This is like a plug and play. You plug in, then it's gonna play the videos. No need any other configuration, especially compared to the IP system. So like the IP system, we have to input the username, the password, or we have to configure the IP address or something else. But the analog system doesn't need all of that. That's why we call it plug and play. And the second thing is up-to-coax technology, which means here. This cable, this is a transmission media, which is the coaxial cable, and the camera is going to transmit the video, the audio back to the DVR on this cable. And this cable, we call it coaxial cable. At the same time, the DVR is going to provide the power for the camera, and also it's going to transmit the control signal to the camera. So every signal can be transmitted on the coaxial cable, so that's why we call it up-to-the-coax technology. And easy system upgrade means if you are going to upgrade the DVR, you can just put the upgrade firmware in the USB drive and then plug the USB drive into the DVR, then just click upgrade, then the DVR will be upgraded. So it's very easy to upgrade it. This is about the why it is very easy to use. And the second part is about real-time HD. So what is real-time? Especially compared to the IP camera, because the analog camera doesn't need to do the decoding or encoding thing, so it doesn't need time to do that. So that's why it's going to output the video real time. But the IP camera, it needs time to do encoding things, so there's some delay. Analog camera doesn't need that. That's why it's going to output in real time. And the third part is gonna talk about the further HD. So especially compared to the IP camera, again, so the analog camera is going to have a very long transmission distance up to 1,200 meters. But this is a theoretical number. In a specific condition, it's going to transmit so far. But why? Some of you may wonder why it's going to transmit so far. Because the cable, the coaxial cable, it has a better performance of anti-interference. than the network cable. So that's why. Actually, the coaxial cable is going to transmit the low frequency signal, which has the better performance of anti-interference compared to the high frequency signal. So that's why it's going to transmit further. This is all about the analog system. And let's talk about the HDTVI technology. So this part is about the camera part, and this part is about the DVR part. So let's analyze how it's going to work. So of course the camera is going to collect the light, and only sensor is going to form an image, and then it's going to transmit the image, the signal, to the ISP, which is the image signal processor, and then the image will be processed. So the signal can go to the TX, which is the transfer chip. Transfer chip is going to change the signal into a low frequency signal, which is also the analog signal. We call it HDTVI. Then this signal can be transmitted on the coaxial cable, and then the signal can go into the DVR, which will be received by the RX chip, which is the receiver. And then the signal goes into the DSP, and DSP we call it digital signal processor, which means the signal will be processed again, and then the DVR is going to output the stream. So this is the whole process of the analog system. And regarding this kind of system, we have several advantages we have to emphasize. Like the first one is the high definition. For now, the analog system is going to achieve 8 megapixel at maximum. So 8 megapixel is already very, very high definition. But usually we also provide like 1 megapixel or 2 megapixel, 3 or 5 megapixel. And the transmission media will be RG59 or RG6 or even UTP. UTP means the network cable. So the network cable is also going to transmit the analog signal. But we still recommend the middle one, the RG6 coaxial cable, which is the best one. And the third one is the one we mentioned before, because it's going to transmit the low frequency signal, so it has a better performance of anti-interference, so that's why it's going to transmit so far. Up to coax means it's going to transmit all the signal on the coaxial cable. So it's going to transmit the video, audio, control signal, power simultaneously. This is the up to coax. So the transmission distance can be up to 1,200 meters. That's what we talked about by using the RG6 cable. RG6 and RG59 is two kinds of coaxial cable, but RG6 is better than RG59. So for the 1 megapixel, this is 720p means the 1 megapixel. So for the 1 megapixel camera, we use the RG6 cable is going to transmit 1,200 meters. But if the resolution of the camera is like up to 1 megapixel, which is 2 megapixel, 3 or 5, theoretically speaking, it's going to transmit 800 meters. But it's also very, very far, because generally speaking, for the IP system, it's going to transmit only around 100 meters. So 800 meters is much higher than that. And let's talk about the 1080p, or you can call it 1080p light technology, and another one is the 4 megapixel light technology. So let's take 1080p for example. 1080p light technology for example. So this is 1080p light. This is the 1080p. So we are going to judge like which picture is better, but actually there's no much difference between them actually. Why? Because actually for this is the 1028 I'm sorry 1080p light, and this is the 1080p. So actually their visual effect is is almost very close, like 900 TPL and 1000 TPL. It is very close. So that's why we can hardly tell the difference between them because they look almost the same. But the thing is, the 1080p light, it has a lower bit rate, but 1080p is going to like have like 4 megabits, 4 megabits. So this kind of function actually can be realized on the DVR side, and this is the analog camera. So the camera is going to transmit actually 2 megapixel to the DVR, or 4 megapixel. So let's take 2 megapixel for example. So the camera is going to transmit 2 megapixel to the DVR, and some kind of DVR is going to only decode 1 megapixel. Means the DVR is going to receive only 1 megapixel resolution. Okay, so the 2 megapixel go there and will be 1 megapixel, and the bit rate will be only also 1 megapixel, which is 2 megabits. But DVR has a function of 1080p light technology, which is going to make 1 megapixel to be 2 megapixel. Actually not 2 megapixel, but very close, which is the 1080p light, which is the 900 dBl. So that's why after processing the signal, the DVR is going to also provide the same quality of the image. See, almost the same quality, right? Almost the same quality. This is a function realized on the DVR side. It's going to make sure that the bit rate comes in is very low, but the resolution, the quality is almost the same. The quality is almost the same. That's why this is a good function. And for the Ultra HD 4K, means nowadays the higher the resolution will be becoming more popular. So previously it is like 1080p, which is 2 megapixel. So if we zoom in, if we enlarge the picture will be a little bit blurred. And if it is 4K, and if we enlarge the picture, we zoom in the picture, then it is still very clear. This is the obvious advantage of high resolution. And as we said before, the analog system is going to support 4K nowadays, which is very good. And this is another technology, we call it ultra low light. So for some high level analog camera, they are going to support ultra low light technology, which is 0.003 lux minimal illumination. So it means it's going to provide very bright and colorful image even at night. See, the time is like 9 p.m. at night, but for the conventional camera is very dark. You can hardly see anything over there. But for the camera with ultra low light technology, you are able to see very clear, brighter, it's much brighter. And this is a technology, we call it 130 dB true WDR. Here previously we have 120 dB. It's already very good, but now we develop the technology again, and so it becomes the 130 dB true WDR, which is better than the 120 dB So the WDR is going to solve the problem with the strong backlight situation. So especially like that, if we are going to take the photo or the video against the strong backlight, like the environment outside is very bright, so we can hardly see clear indoors. So the WDR is going to solve this problem. See, so we are able to see very clear both for the foreground and the background. And there's a conclusion we just need to remember, that is the number, this number, the WDR number, the bigger the better. The bigger the better. So like 130 dB is better than 140 dB, and we actually also have the 140 dB for the IP camera. For the IP camera means the network camera. The network camera. So just like that, then the bigger the number is, the better the image will be. The better image performance it is. And this is the POC technology. Actually, POC can also mean the proof of contents, but here the POC means the power over the coaxial cable. So as we mentioned before, actually, the camera is going to transmit the video or the audio to the DVR, but at the same time, the DVR is going to provide the power to the camera. So this is the POC. Power. This is power over coaxial cable. So this kind of technology is very beneficial because we just plug in the camera into the DVR, then the camera can work and it's going to transmit the video to the DVR. Everything is done actually. So the installation will be very simple and the maintenance will be also very simple. We don't need extra power adapter to power the camera. Just one cable to do everything. And let's talk about the multiple signal output. So for the camera, we call it the function we have. It is 4-in-1. What is 4-in-1 means? The camera, it is one camera, but it's going to output 4 kinds of analog signals, like HD, DVI, CVI, AHD, and CVBS. The different kinds of analog signals can be output by the camera. We just need to switch. There's a small button, and I will just press the button for a few seconds. Then it's going to switch to another kind of analog signal. So you can just change by yourself. And this is another function we call it dual output, which can be supported by the high-level analog camera. So for the dual output means it's going to output the CVBI, which is the standard definition analog signal, and also going to provide the output the HD TVI, which is the high definition analog signal, both simultaneously. So for some kind of plans, if they wanna output the camera to, they just output the TVI to the VR. It is okay by the coaxial cable, and they can also output the CVBS to the monitor. A monitor that is able to support the BNC interface as well. So the camera is going to also output the CVBS signal to the monitor, so they can do like a live view. This is a function we call it dual output. And after talking about 4-in-1, here comes another concept, which is 5-in-1. So 5-in-1, what's the difference? So another one is the IP signal. So for the camera is going to output four kinds of analog signals, but for DVR is going to receive 5 kinds of signals, including 4 kinds of analog signals and 1 kind of IP signal. And it is also the self-adaptive, means no no matter what kind of signal you just input to the DVR, is going to receive it. Okay, so this is very awesome. So which means the DVR is going to access both the analog camera and the IP camera. This is very powerful. And for the DVR, we have several parameters to judge, like the IP camera access capability, like how many channels the DVR can support IP camera access, and what's the maximum resolution of the IP camera can be accessed to the DVR. So this is the IP camera input resolution parameter. So all of these parameters can be found in the spec of DVR. Okay, so let's talk about another concept, which is the compression standard. So for the international standard, we have the H.265, H.265 Pro. This is international compression standard, but we invented H.265 Pro Plus, which is based on the H.265 Pro. We did an optimization and we created. So advantage of H.265 Pro Plus is here. So like we are going to record like 24-hour video, and we just did a test about the file size. So the file size for the H.264 is going to, for example, it is 16 TB. I think it is here, yeah. Take this for example. If we are going to record 2 megapixel, 10 of 2 megapixel camera for 1 month. So if we use H.264, it's going to occupy 13 TB. But if we use H.265, it's going to occupy 6.5 TB. And Pro is 3.25 TB. Pro Plus is only 1.6 TB. So it's just like it's going to help you save a lot of HDD capacity. So this is the biggest advantage of H.265 Pro Plus. You can directly tell the customers that by using this kind of compression standard, we are going to help you save a lot of cost on HDD. And another side is if we connect the camera. For the H.264, we can only access 5 channels, but if we use the H.265 Pro Plus, it's going to access 40 channels. So that's why we have to use. It is really good for us to use the H.265 Pro Plus. And another thing is the high connect access. So for now, more and more devices are going to support High Connect. This High Connect is an app that you can download from the App Store or Google Play, and you download it and you register by your email address or your phone number. Then you are going to add the device like the second picture shows, and then if you want to add the device, you can just scan the QR code on DVR. There's a label, and on the label it is a QR code, and you can just scan the QR code over there. Then you're going to add device. So after adding the device, you are able to do like live view or playback the DVR. This is like a remote control. Okay, so much for the first part, and let's move on to the next part, which is the Turbo HD analog solutions. So actually, the left part is about the old PDC control solution, but as you can see, we have to use like 2 cables, like RS485 cable to transmit the PDC control signal from the DVR to the camera, and another cable is going to transmit the video signal from the camera to the DVR. So it is not so good for the clients to connect to do the installation, because there must be a lot of cables. They must get mad. So we just do optimization on that, and we invented the coaxial cable, which is going to transmit the video and the control signal both. So it is a really good development. And about the keyboard to the double DVR control the signal. This is how we are going to connect the keyboard to the DVR and to control the PDB. See, there's a joystick over here. So just like you are going to play some games, then you are able to use the joystick and you are going to control the PDB to 10 and tilt or zoom in or zoom out. So it's very easy for you to you can play it just like you are going to play the game. And there are several different ways to access. This is the USB keyboard. So we just connected the keyboard to the DVR by the USB interface. Or we can use, this is the serial ports. So we are going to access to the serial ports over here. KB means keyboard. So we use like RS485 control transmission cable to connect the serial keyboard to the DVR to control the different ways. And now we can support the LAN port. We can support the LAN port access, which means we are going to support connecting the network keyboard to the DVR and then control the PDB. So let's talk about the smart event about the PCA. So for the analog channel, the DVR is going to analyze the video, but the analog camera cannot do that. The DVR is going to analyze two kinds of behavior, like here, light crossing detection and intrusion detection. These two kinds of detection. And for the IP camera, it's going to do more kinds of functions, like light crossing. Someone crossed the line, is going to detect it and trigger the alarm. Or intrusion detection means it's going to detect if someone goes into some area which is forbidden. Or the unattended baggage means someone lost his baggage somewhere. The camera can find it and trigger the alarm. Or object removal, like especially in the museum, there will be there should be a valuable picture over there, but if someone moves it, then the camera is going to detect, oh, the object is removed, so it's going to trigger the alarm. And region entrance and region exiting means this is like a region. For example, it is for the prisoners, for the criminal. So if someone gets out, it will be detected by the camera. Or if someone goes in, it will be also detected by the camera. This is the region entrance and exiting. And let's talk about the host function. So the host function means some of the DVR can support accessing host machine. The host machine is going to transmit host transaction records to the DVR by the RS232 serial transmission cable or the network cable, RJ45 cable. So on the live view of the camera, see the transaction record can be overlaid on the video. So someone is going to argue about the transaction, then you can just pull out the video as a proof and evidence to show him. Okay, this is the post solution. Especially will be applied for some camera installed around the counter. And this is the 4K solution. So for the 4K solution, because as we mentioned before, the analog camera for now is going to support as well as 4K is so much high definition. But if we are going to monitor such kind of high definition video, we just make sure the whole system can support 4K. Camera should support 4K, 8 megapixel. The DVR can support 4K decoding, which is the 8 megapixels view. And even the cables, we have to make sure the cable is going to support HDMI, is going to support 4K 8 megapixel, but the VGA can only support 2 megapixels. So don't use VGA. And as well as the monitor, so the monitor should support 4K as well. So finally, you are going to get a video with 4K definition. And this is about the loop solution. Loop solution means like for some kind of clients, they want to connect the same 16 channels of analog signal to two different DVRs like this. So, but you know, one camera is going to connect one VNC interface in one DVR back panel. So if they want to connect like 16, they have to use another thing, which is the loop accessory, or you can call it like a distributor. For this kind of distributor, is going to transmit, it's going to receive 16 channels of analog signal, and is going to output 32 channels to different DVR, different DVR. This is what we call the video signal distribution. Video signal distribution. And this is another solution we call PIR solution. So especially for the PIR camera, because it's going to have the PIR sensor. So the PIR means the passive infrared. So it's going to detect if there's a big change of infrared radiation, especially when someone passing by, because man has a lot of radiation, so PIR can sense it and is going to trigger the alarm. So like the leaf for the other things like the hotels, the desk, all because the radiation of them are not so much as human body, so they are not going to trigger the alarm, but only the man, like big dogs, something is going to trigger the alarm. So if the camera is going to sense there is a big change of infrared radiation, then it's going to send the alarm to the DVR. And because the DVR is going to send the control signal to the camera, so it's also going to configure like motion detection or PIR event, some configurations like that. This kind of camera will be more suitable for indoor scenarios, like if you install it in the, for example, 7-Eleven or Family Mart or Lawson, such kind of thing. Then at night, especially at night, if someone breaks in, then the camera is going to detect it. So this is a small video. I'm going to show you how does it work. So just like someone is going to try to climb over the fence, then the camera is going to detect him and it's going to do like a flashlight as a warning to warn off the intruders. This is how it works. So the white light is going to warn off the intruders to prevent the criminal, to prevent the crime immediately. And on the camera side, we can see it's going to do like a flashlight. So at the same time, the camera is going to take a photo of the whole image with a very bright, because the camera flashes, so there must be like very bright over there, so we can easily get the facial information from the picture like this. It's brighter. And there's another demonstration to show you PIR solution. Like we use an umbrella to try to trigger the alarm. I mean the PIR, but the PIR know it is an umbrella. So, but if human passing by, the human has a lot of infrared radiation than the umbrella, so the human body is going to trigger the PIR event, but the umbrella cannot. So we judge what kind of object is going to trigger the alarm by judging how much the infrared radiation that object has. Higher radiation it has, the easier is going to trigger the alarm. Okay, so after talking about the first two parts, let's focus on the Turbo HD 4.0 system. And so this is the development. And for now, we are going to recommend Turbo HD 4.0 and Turbo HD 5.0, but not like 3.0 or 1.0. It's old. So let's focus on the latest series first. Turbo HD 5.0. So there are two sub-series in Turbo HD 5.0 series. The first one is the AccuSense. AccuSense is a short name for the accurate sense, which means the AccuSense Turbo DVR is going to have a deep learning algorithm built inside, so it's going to distinguish the objects by deep learning algorithm. It's going to distinguish the objects, like if the object is a human or a vehicle or something else. This is AccuSense. And for the color view is a short name for colorful view. So the color view camera is going to provide 24/7 colorful image. So this is awesome, because for the normal camera is going to provide the image will be dark, or at night the image will be black and white if they use the IR. So let's talk about the color view camera first. For the color view camera, it uses the advanced lens. Is going to collect more light, so the image will be brighter. And it is a high sensitivity. The advanced lens, it has a very big aperture, which is f/10. So the aperture is bigger, so it's going to collect more light. And high sensitivity means it's going to collect more light as well. Yes, it has excellent performance and a clear image in ultra low light environment. And the third one is it adopts the friendly lighting, which is it adopts the soft white supplement light. So even though the environment is totally dark, it is okay, because the camera, see, this is the white supplement light. Camera is going to provide the supplement light for itself, so that's why it's going to guarantee the colorful image even at night. This is the video is going to show you how does the color view camera is going to provide you a colorful image 24/7. See, at night the conventional camera is going to turn on the IR, so the image will be black and white, but the color view camera is going to turn on the white light, so the image will be always colorful. This is the main difference. We need a lot of details, including the colors of the objects, so this is the biggest advantage of the color field camera, because it's going to provide different colors of different objects. But if it is for the conventional camera, at night everything turns to black and white. It's hard for us to distinguish the color, so that's why. And this is another demonstration to show you a comparison test in dark room with supplement light opening. This is the conventional HD megapixel camera. It has actually the dark edges, like here we can hardly see anything over here. But for the ultra low light camera, is going to be brighter because it has an ultra low light technology. But for the color field turbo HD camera, is going to provide you a very colorful, and there's no dark edges as well. It's also very clear. So this is the models that this is the color field camera models over here. We have the DFT. So F means the full color. And HFT, it is also means the color view camera, but H means 5 megapixel. I mean higher resolution, 5 megapixel. But D here means it is 2 megapixel. Just different resolution of color field camera and different shapes, different appearances. So its minimal illumination can be 0.005 lux. 0.0005 lux. It adopts the warm light. 2WDR1 30 dB, the one we talked about before. 3DDNR, digital noise reduction technology. And this is IP67, which can be for outdoor and 4-in-1. This is all about the color view camera. Okay, so after talking about one sub-series of Turbo HD 5.0 series, let's talk about another sub-series, which is the AccuSense. So please just remember, for the analog system, we only have the color view camera, but no color view DVR. And we only have the AccuSense DVR, but no AccuSense analog camera. So this is very important, I just remember. So as we said before, the AccuSense means the accurate sense. So which means the DVR has a built-in deep learning algorithm. Is going to distinguish the objects, like it's going to judge if it is a human or if it's a vehicle, or if it is not human or the vehicle, then it's something else. We are not going to detect it. So like the leaves or the dogs or the cats, it's going to trigger the event. The VR is going to record, but it's not going to pop up the alarm. This is the AccuSense DVR is going to do. We call it false alarm filter. So false alarm means like the dogs, the cats, or the birds triggers the alarm. This is the false alarm. We don't want it because we don't care. We don't care what such kind of animals they gonna trigger the alarm. But objects that we are interested in is the human bodies, the vehicles. Okay. So about the false alarms will be discarded. Only the human or the vehicle will be triggered. And this is the video I'm gonna show you. This is a very good demonstration. AccuSense DVR is going to do like for the false alarm, the useless information, we are going to abandon them. Okay, so this is the advantage of AccuSense DVR. False alarm will be reduced, will be filtered. And about the configuration, so you are going to do, for example, a light crossing here. So we're gonna judge like if the human trigger the alarm, then we're gonna trigger the, if the human or the vehicle triggers the rule, then we're gonna trigger the alarm. We can choose like 3 modes, like human, we're gonna detect only the human, or only the vehicle, or both of them. Okay, so we can just select. And about the false alarm, okay, about the false alarm, like the cats or the dogs is going to trigger the false alarm. So about false alarm can be also found in here in all files, and then we can just search the event type as false alarm, then we can search every false alarm over here. And another thing for the AccuSense DVR is that it can support quick target search. So what is that? Quick target search means DVR is going to support 2 kinds of files, which is the human body detection file. Another folder is the vehicle search file. So about the human body, or I'm gonna show you the view directly. It's better for you to understand. Like we did adjust we just put to install the camera over there, then this camera is connected to the AccuSense DVR. But it's really hard for us to search so many people passing by. We go to the human body detection over here. So we can select the channel, which channel we're gonna check. Specific channel, we're gonna select a specific time. Bring what time we're gonna search. And we're gonna start search. Then every people appeared in that time will be captured, and we can also play back a short video, 12 seconds. This is very quick for us to do search. So that's why we call it quick target search. We just do like category, put different objects in different files, then it's easier for us to search. And for the second generation AccuSense DVR, there's a new function of it, is the face detection. So this is the face detection, a little demo of it. So see, it's going to capture the human face, okay, the human face over there. And actually it's going to do a comparison as well. So if you put someone's face in the library, then it's going to do the comparison between the captured picture and the picture inside of the library. This is the face comparison, face recognition function of the second generation AccuSense. At the same time, we are going to also search the face, like we are going to define what kind of time segment we're going to search it. Like we suggested the time here, and then we're gonna search it. So everyone appeared between that time will be displayed here. All of their captured pictures, and then we can also still play back a short video. The girl's name is Ling. Okay, this is a small demo, and let's move on. So after talking about the Turbo HD 5.0 system, let's move on to the Turbo HD X system. So what is Turbo HD X? It is a unified system, and actually it is not just a camera or just a device, it is a system, which is very important. So the system let's talk about this system, because system consists of a lot of devices, and this is the first device, which is the camera. So as you can see from the video, if someone tries to climb over the fence, it's going to trigger the alarm. So the camera is going to do like a red and blue flashlight. Okay, it's going to like just kind of like the flashlight before we talked about, but this is the red and the blue flashlight. So it's going to do like a warning as well. At the same time, it has a built-in siren. So it's like a DD like that. This is like the first line. In the first line is going to prevent the criminal, and the second line is here in the monitoring center. In the monitoring center, for the DVR, okay, the DVR is also going to provide an alarm. If we connect the external siren to the DVR, the DVR can detect the alarm, then it's going to activate the siren. So the siren will be very noisy. So it's going to notice the operator in the monitoring center. So the operator is going to deal with it immediately. Why? And the second line is on the DVR side, and the third line is on the end user side. So let's see what the end user can do. Like, it's going to receive the alarm notification from the iConnect, and then it's going to see the captured picture on the phone. So if he thinks it is necessary to deal with that kind of situation, then he's going to call the security. So this is the third line on the end user side. So this is our system, consists of the different aspects is going to prevent the criminal. So that's why we call it is the active and it is real time, because every part of it is going to detect the criminal thing. Okay, the criminal thing. So we are going to do a property loss prevention immediately. And on the phone, because the end user is going to receive the notification from the DVR, so on the phone there's an app, the HackConnect. The app is called HackConnect. The HackConnect, we are able to turn on or turn off the alarms whenever we want. It's also very convenient. So if you turn it off, like if you go home, you already go home, you are at home, and you are not worried about if someone intrudes or if someone breaks in, then you can just turn it off. And then you go to work and there's nobody at home, then you can just turn on the alarm. So if someone breaks in, then you're able to receive the alarm remotely. This is very good. So this is the Turbo HDX system. We can also call it. There are like two solutions. So let's introduce like two solutions. So this is the premium solution. We use the AI DVR with the siren camera. So it's going to provide you a very accurate alarm. Because the DVR, it has a deep learning algorithm, as we said before, it's going to judge the objects if the object is human or cats. So it's going to provide you a very accurate alarms. At the same time, the camera is going to detect up to 30 meters long transmission detection. And because it is a siren camera, so it's going to do the strobe light and audio alarm simultaneously as well. On the phone, you're also able to do a remote control. So this is the premium solution, and for the basic solution, we can just provide the PIR camera and the normal DVR. So the PIR camera is going to do up to 11 meters PIR detection. So the DVR is going to receive the alarm as well. something like that. This is the Turbo HD product DVR. So for this kind of DVR, we can also call it AccuSense. The second generation AccuSense DVR is going to do a target classification of the human body, the vehicle, and something else. And at the same time, it's going to do the human face capture. And actually also another model with FA actually, but name is not here. Another model with there's a number, no matter number, and /FA. So the FA model is going to support not only the face capture, but also the face comparison. So which means we are going to import a face library in the FA model, then it's going to do the comparison and trigger the alarm. And this is the HackNet app. Okay, so from the version 3.7.8, then it's going to support such kind of function like timely alarm notifies the end user they are able to turn on or turn off the alarm. This is the Turbo X camera. So there's an X in the middle of in the name of the analog camera. So if there's an X, means it is Turbo X camera. And PIR means the PIR function. X means the building siren. It has the, you'll remember, it has the red and the blue flashlight, and it has a siren alarm. Okay, so much for the previous parts, and the last we're gonna talk about the Turbo HD products. So this is the products. We divide them into different levels, like value, pro, ultra, like low level, middle level, and high level. And this is IoT for the PIR models. Okay, for the PIR models. And this is the level for different resolutions. See, like C stands for 1 megapixel, D stands for 2 megapixel, which means 5 megapixel, and U means 4K 8 megapixel. And this is the different levels, the functions they have. So of course, the higher the level it is, the more functions it has, of course. Like the two output we mentioned before, is only supported by like 2 models of PA. And for the IoT, and this is the color view camera. Of course, this is the color view camera, as we mentioned before. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is the color view camera, HFT, DFT, because we said F means full color. So 2 models that is the color view camera. And for the IoT, we have the PIR. The PIR camera, it belongs to the IoT series. This is the Turbo HD camera family. And this is the PIR camera. And actually here is just like a conversion, but here is more specific. So for the PIR, we have the PIR with L. L means the strobe light alarm. Like it has a white flashlight. And for some kind of model, there is port O. There's an O in the name. O means the alarm output, means you are able to connect external siren. So if there's an alarm trigger, so you are going to activate the siren as well. So it's going to be very noisy. And for the Turbo HD camera, because they also support PIR, so we just put it in the PIR series. So if it is a X, means it can support the siren alarm, the red and the blue flashlight, and also the audio alarm, which is the siren. Okay, which is the siren. And this is a kind of model is going to combine, seems like combine almost all of the good functions, like it is color view camera, it can support PIR, At the same time, it can support the building siren and the red and the blue flashlight, and it can support the alarm output. You can connect the external siren, and it can support F means the 4-in-1. 4-in-1 means it's going to output all kinds of analog signals. This is a very awesome model. Okay. And at last, we're gonna talk about the DVR. So this is the family, DVR family. So as you can see, we also divide them into different levels like Value Pro, Ultra, AccuSense, and different levels they can support different resolutions. So that's all. And just remember for the AccuSense DVR, there's like I means the intelligent, okay, intelligent. So if you are going to provide a model for the clients, they already have like 2 megapixel analog camera. So what kind of model would you provide? Like here, this is for the 2 megapixel camera. This is for the 5 megapixel camera. And this is the specific parameters about the DVR. You can just have a look. Okay, that's all so much for the Turbo HD analog products and solutions. So thank you for your listening. I'll see you next time. Bye.